Hello, testing. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Thank you, OBS, for switching to default for some reason every freaking time.
Nobody heard my alligator story, which
Tragic,
may or may not be for the
tragic.
best.
Yeah. I liked
It's alright.
it. I
You'll always
appreciated
know.
it. I gotta
Yeah,
look that up.
yeah,
That's wacky.
it's pretty funny. Uh,
So, Tim, what's new with you? What's going on?
uh, I am trying to not break things while I
Yeah,
sit down.
Tim's currently transitioning from his phone to his computer.
Yeah. Uh, what's new with me? Haven't played a lot of video games other than my kid has made me play a lot of Ark lately, which has been fun. Back into dinosaur wrangling.
Oh man.
But
Mentioning Ark, that just reminded me, the server me and my friends used to play on all the time is officially finally shutting down. Now that Ark 2 is kind of rolling around and they put out a public message yesterday and we all kind of had a moment of silence for our times on that server.
R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
to a real one.
Ark in peace.
I'm trying to look for my other headset. Get off the Bluetooth. Oh, right here. But yeah, things have been. I've just been working a ton, like usual, just working till I die.
Yep.
Literally, I ironically told Sarah that like last week I was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna have a little more free time, so I'm gonna try and make some videos." That worked out.
Tons of free time. So much free time.
So much free time. I don't know what to do with my. Oh, never mind. There it goes,
Yep. Rip.
and it's gone.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I want to play God of War, uh,
Yeah, you
but
said you've only gotten like an hour into it so far.
yeah, I'm at like the dwarven village where you meet the cousin of Brock and Sindri.
Hmm.
That
Whoa, there he is. The sound of a of a can
here
clatter.
I am, and I just realized how messy my living room is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and
Blur. Yeah, I like
fucking
the
censor
blur.
that.
The blur is nice.
It is playing you through my sound bar. I don't want that. I want my headphones.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Discord.
Yeah,
There we
Discord and
go.
OBS just using default devices, being
Yeah.
maniacs, drives me nuts. Or
Well, also, that's not even my default device right now. I'm pretty sure I switched that to the headset. But yeah,
more
hi.
issues. Look at the beard, man. Oh brother.
The Yeah, it's getting kind of long. I was talking to Arya this morning, and I was like, I think I'm gonna shave my beard, baby girl. And she goes, No. I said, Why? She goes, Because you can't look like a wizard without a beard. I said,
Oh,
First of all, yes, I can. But second of all, okay, that's fair.
Tim the Enchanter.
There
That's
are those
really
who call
funny.
me Tim. But yeah,
That's fun, man.
apparently I'm not allowed to shave.
There are certain rules in that house.
hmm Dad must
Um,
have a beard. She also told me because I look like dad,
ah,
and she doesn't think I'll look like dad if I was like, I didn't have a beard for most of your life. Like, you
right.
know this.
She's grown
Right.
accustomed to it.
Pretty much. So have I. I can't not play with it.
Yeah, dude.
It's getting
Beard,
kind
the
of
beard is addicting.
long.
That's
My
good. That's
chin's
that's one thing that's nice
there.
about your current job, right? You can grow your beard out.
Yep. Yeah. I don't have to worry about wearing a respirator.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Um, I have been playing and mostly enjoying Halo Infinite, which has been an absolute treat since they had their winter update. They've got match XP now, and like it feels like the challenges are less fucked to try to complete. I actually just tonight I finished my weekly whatever it is. You go through all the weekly challenges and you get like the reward
Mhm.
at the end, and it's like the chest plate for the Rakshasa core with the knife on it. I was like, I actually want that. And I went and I did all the things and I got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it felt good. Felt good.
I should probably hop on Halo again because I haven't played in like a month.
Yeah, dude. Have you not played it all since the update?
Mm-mm.
Dude, yeah, I'm already more than halfway through that like winter battle pass that they put out. So
The
the
one that's supposed to
XP
last
is
till fucking
flowing.
March.
Yeah.
You're halfway through it.
Yeah, got to get that the Mark 5 helmet, you know.
That's fair.
But I mean, if I wanted to, I could buy either of the other two passes that I did not complete and go back and complete them, which is a nice option to have. A lot of games don't give you that kind of freedom. Once the pass is gone, it's gone forever. Not with Halo. That's what they bring to the table.
Yeah. And then there's, Modern Warfare, which just lets you go. I want that thing.
Yeah. So yeah, Modern Warfare 2, their battle pass system, right? It sounds like it's kind of like mocked up like there's kind of a tactical map or something, and you choose what you unlock. So there are like different nodes, and like if something you want is in the node next to you, then you choose like, okay, unlock the next thing with your XP or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but then you go over there and you can actually grind for the thing that you want. Being able to just kind of pick and choose like that, I think, is a big quality of life for the battle pass system, and it's cool to see Call of Duty bring something fresh like that into the mix. Um, it did remind me of the way Fortnite does it is sort of similar. It's still tiered, so it's not like you can pop around a map and like choose your own path. But within each tier, you can choose what things you want to grab from it, and then the next tier will unlock after you level up enough, so you don't have to get like everything along the way.
It kind of sounds like an overly complicated version of what we used to have in Call of Duty, where you could buy skins and guns based on your rank and also the cash you earned from in-game missions and spec ops and all that. Sounds like it's kind of that, but then they're like battle pass
Right.
because reasons.
It is kind of like that. I didn't think about that. It used to be that you would just earn, in-game currency, and you would just spend
Hmm.
your currency on whatever cosmetics. And that is basically what the battle passes are. They're just kind of rebranding that system.
I just had another realization about my body as I was on the podcast. I untied my hair. I might need a cut.
Getting long, huh?
I'm getting
Getting some
kind
curly
of
hues.
boing.
That's
That's still a thing.
good, man. Looks good. Looks good.
I look homeless.
It looks as
It's great.
long as the Halo Infinite battle passes, dude.
I look like I'm trying to be a wizard.
Trying. I thought you were, man.
Oh, sorry. I look like a wizard.
Yeah, who is that? I was talking to Luke a little bit earlier today, and he's trying to find something to play. He couldn't decide what to play. He's like, "Have you tried Warzone 2.0?" And I was like, "No." And we were chatting about it, and then I saw this about the battle pass, and I was like, "That is actually pretty cool." I don't think I really want to play Warzone again, but that's cool. Good to
Might
see.
get back into it. What I've from what I understand, I haven't tried this myself, even though I own Modern Warfare 2. I haven't played it much because obviously I haven't played
No
anything.
time,
But
yeah.
they did Battlefield better than Battlefield because there's a big battle mode with like vehicles and shit. I was like, in
Oh,
Call of Duty? Are you sure we're
yo.
talking about Call of Duty? Yeah, it's supposed to be really, really good. I was like, oh, good. So fuck you, EA. You fucked that up again. Activision won this round,
Oh
apparently.
man. Yeah, it's funny. I've heard nothing but good things about Modern Warfare 2, man. It just sounds like it's a great game all around.
Yeah, the only issues that I've seen have been like people running it on PC. are having bugs and crashes and stuff, and I'm like, oh, a PC game bugging out and crashing. I wouldn't have expected that in a million years.
Yeah, par for the
But
course.
yeah,
Uh, Tim, speaking of what you might expect, did you think that Cyberpunk's new expansion was going to be free?
I did. I
Because
thought they had said they would that it was going to be free.
nope, it's not going to be free.
I saw that.
They've officially said that it will be a paid expansion, and that they mentioned, I think they're kind of like backtracking and saying like there's going to be free little DLCs, but the expansion, Phantom Liberty, is going to cost money dollars.
That's disappointing because I thought they had at one point said that the expansion would be free, but
Hmm.
I'm just like Mandela affecting myself. I don't know.
Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. It is kind of unfortunate because I think we were all in the boat of like, oh, it'll be fun to jump back in when they put out this expansion. But I don't know what the price point's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be something I really want to buy into or not. Because I definitely haven't touched Cyberpunk since I beat it.
They've changed a lot. It's um it's a lot better. There's a lot of quality of life improvements. I did go back into my first playthrough save to like try, and I had to completely respec, which was kind of annoying.
Uh,
But they had changed the way the skill tree worked a bit.
mm,
Um, so there are a lot of changes over time that I think it's worth getting back into even without the expansion. That said, the expansion, if it's like if we're talking like a like how much was fuck, what was the Hearts of Stone for The Witcher? Like
I
20
think they've
on
got it
release?
here. Uh, shows like $11 on this random picture that they have from Steam here.
Is that what it was on release though?
I don't know.
I'd say if it's like $20, because I feel like that's your standard. Like Dawn Guard, I feel like costs $20 for Skyrim. I feel like Nuka World for Fallout 4 probably costs $20. I'd probably pay $20 for it. If we're talking like 30, then we're getting into territory where I might wait.
Yeah, it definitely does look like it's going to be like a chunky little expansion. Like it looks like there's going to be a lot of content to it.
Hmm.
I guess we'll have to wait to see the price point and then see what reviews say, see how much content is actually in there to see if it's worth picking up or not. Uh,
Fair.
I mean, some people are going to buy it no matter what. Fans of Sasha Grey definitely just going to grab it to support her, obviously. Um, you didn't hear that?
No.
She's voicing a character in the expansion.
Why?
Sasha Grey, famous adult entertainer.
Okay. I was like, why do I know that name? Why is that name familiar?
Very talented individual doing some voiceover for the expansion. I think she's featured in that trailer actually as like the radio DJ person. But yeah, yeah, we'll see what it brings us. I definitely, it kind of gives me vibes of like the old like Fallout 3 DLC. Um I don't know why, just like the whole America thing maybe, like Liberty
Yeah,
Prime.
leading into Americana and all that. I could see that.
Hmm. Definitely
There's just
curious to see.
yeah.
Um what else is going on in video games? Overwatch is having some issues, man. Have you seen all of the problems they've been having with like broken characters? And they were supposed to have a patch like a couple days ago, and then on patch day they were like, "Oh, sorry, there's a critical error. We cannot patch yet. Sorry, we're pushing it back."
a I'm disappointed, not surprised.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate to keep seeing issues. Like there's a big problem with one of the maps where it's a payload map and there is a piece of geometry that you can clip through, and players have found that if you sit in the geometry, certain characters will be completely invisible, and you can just contest the payload, and no one will be able to find you.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I saw a little video of it, and like they were playing as a Widowmaker, I think, and did like some emote, and she just like phases down into this rock. It looks like you wouldn't be able to like shoot it or do anything with it, but you can just walk through it, and it's like, come on, guys, where's the hot patch? Fix
So,
this,
like, she was
please.
completely invisible, but was she vulnerable? Like, if you know that she's there, can you kill her?
I'm not sure. That would be a good question. Because like they just have like a pop up. They should have a little video tutorial pop up for the game that just like shows you that spot. Like people can hide here. Please check this when you are playing the game until we fix it.
How did my camera get turned off?
How did it get turned off? The
Fixed
PC's got
now,
a mind of its own.
apparently.
Yeah, I haven't played Overwatch 2 for a little bit. Um I did enjoy it when I did play it. I imagine I'll probably come back to it at some point here. Once I get my Mark V helmet in Halo, finish up the Plunder Pass, we'll get some more time in on that.
I'll probably beat God of War before I go back to that.
Yeah, that definitely seems more compelling.
I need to play Ragnarok. I'm
Gotta
hoping I
make
get
the
some time to
time.
tomorrow before Pokemon.
Oh shit, that's right. Is it tomorrow already? No.
Midnight tomorrow,
Oh yeah,
11
midnight,
p.m.
sure.
Yep. Yep.
It's
So
time. It's freaking time. Yeah, I had missed that video Cody posted of the like choppy ass trailer that we got compared to the Japanese trailer where everything was running smoothly. Like,
I saw that.
whoa,
I
that is
was
so
very
different.
confused.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like maybe one of them was recorded on a older version of the game, so hopefully less performance issues. Fingers crossed.
I wouldn't count on it though.
Yeah, man. You know. After seeing how Arceus was, my hopes aren't like that high that it's gonna run that much better than Arceus did. Sure it'll have plenty of pop in and ugly trees and shit.
I'm just surprised that we still haven't gotten an announcement for a new Nintendo system.
That is so surprising. When did the Switch come out? 2017?
2017 or 2016. It was spring. Yeah, it came out in spring of 2017, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Which I guess, yeah, that's only 5 years, but also like
That's
the,
5 years.
and the processor that's in there is much older than that.
Yeah, there's already pretty dated hardware to work with just to get that mobile biz going. I'm ready. I'm ready for a new Switch, man. I've
The Super Switch.
clocked a lot of hours on mine.
I
Um,
haven't.
no, man.
I barely played mine. Like I play some games on there a bit, but I especially since I got my Steam Deck, it's just like
Oh, I
I don't really
suppose
touch the thing.
fills that
Unless I'm
niche.
playing yeah, unless I'm playing Pokemon. That's because I never really got uh, I used to play all the Mario games when we were younger,
Hmm.
but now it's like I can't remember the last Mario game I bought.
It's got to be
Um,
Odyssey. You got Odyssey, right?
mm-mm,
No way.
we don't have Odyssey.
That surprises. I liked
I guess
Odyssey.
I'm not counting Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle
Right. Yeah. I also
because
would not
that's
count
just
that.
XCOM.
Hmm.
But
XCOM with
yeah.
insane rabbits.
Mhm.
Yeah, I play my Switch like every
Mario
day.
with a gun.
My usual morning routine when I'm not working is like wake up, have breakfast, make some tea. While I'm drinking my tea, I'll play like 2 matches of Pokemon Unite. Do that like every day.
I hate my brain because you said wake up, and do you know what my brain said?
What did your brain say, Tim?
Grab a brush, put on a little makeup.
It's always something. There's some synapse that just blows up.
Wake up! Like I just straight up, just straight in the system of a down. I was like, oh,
uh,
okay, this is what we're doing. Thanks,
I bet
love
they
it.
got some sweet System of a Down tracks on Trombone Hero.
They do on Metal Hellsinger.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Your boy Surge. Killing
Urge.
demons with Surge. Um so
I
the
don't see it
game
on here. Before we move on to Game Awards, did
yeah.
we want to talk about the Mick Gordon thing?
What?
Oh, you don't know? Okay. So do you remember a couple years ago we talked about the Doom soundtrack wasn't released on time and it basically threw Mick Gordon, the guy who did it, under the bus?
Oh, sure.
He has took his time, gathered receipts, and is like, "Hey, I still haven't been paid for like half the work I did on that." Apparently, there was like a culture of crunch, and
Mhm.
he now it's all according to Mick, but yeah, that was interesting to read. It's not a good look for id or ZeniMax.
So he kind of came out and was like, "Here is all of the shit that I did. I have not been paid for it." Oh no.
And he said that like he has conversations where he this is a claim. He claims that I think it was, I forget the guy's name. I want to say Marty O'Donnell, but I don't think that's right. I think that's a
No,
Halo
that's
guy.
Halo. Yeah.
Yeah. But there was somebody involved at id that he had been having conversations with, that they were going to work together to get the soundtrack thing figured out. And then 2 days later, the guy posted on Reddit just carrying Mick a new one, basically.
Wow.
A- And yeah, so it's not a good look for idsoft, which is really unfortunate because that's still one of my favorite studios.
Dude, what is the deal with fabled game companies having crazy problems working with their composers?
That and like crunch and all this other shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wacky. It's wacky. Yeah, you hate to see that. It sounds very reminiscent of the, like you said, the Marty O'Donnell thing with Halo and Bungie and shit.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Hopefully he gets paid his money, dude. Damn.
Yeah. The only reason that I got to there from what we were talking about was I was like, what if Surge did a soundtrack for Doom? Oh yeah. I should probably
Oh
bring up the
yeah,
Mick thing.
Doom music. Oh, damn. Um, what video game had the best soundtrack this year, Tim?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, the game from the Game Awards, which are live right now, and you can go vote.
Go
Um,
vote.
Elden Ring is, I swear to God, in like every category on there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of
I'm surprised it wasn't
obnoxious.
nominated for best debut indie for some reason.
Yeah, it might as well have been. Holy shit. Um, yeah, man. I went through and did a bunch of votes. There are a lot of the categories I didn't really know enough to vote on, but there's some cool ones in there. I liked seeing Neon White nominated for a handful of things. That game looked really cool. I definitely have that on my wish list for someday purchase. Um, Vampire Survivors should have been on there more, I feel. Like people were talking
Yeah.
about that game so much all year. That's, I feel like that's the second most talked about
I
game right behind Elden Ring this year.
I was also surprised not to see V Rising on like the debut indies list.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I feel like that one also had a very strong entry into the gaming world. Tons of people playing that.
Yeah, I do feel like this year it's not as bad as it has been in the past, but there definitely is still some recency bias with some of these things. I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to pull up the. Can I look at what I voted for? Like what the hell? Can I not
It's
see
got like a really bad system. I think you have to scroll through all the categories.
the you? Well, like I can't even. I went to the Game Awards voting and it brought me to the voting jury. Like that's not. I don't care about the who. No.
We've got the jury.
Um.
Who's the judge? And tell me who's the executioner.
Jeff, another Jeff.
Jeff, and Kojima Jeff.
Yeah. Yep. That sounds right. View all categories. There we go. Yeah. So where was the one? There was one particular category that I was looking at where I was like, that just feels like recency bias
Yeah.
for the most part. Do.
Man, I really wish there's a good place to just like look at your votes. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, you have to scroll through each one. I am
Very
realizing just how much I
obnoxious.
voted for either God of War or Elden Ring, though. Like even
Yeah.
like best performance, I definitely voted for Christopher Judge.
Christopher Judge. Is he the God of War dude?
Yeah, he plays
Yeah,
Kratos.
dude, that's who I voted for as well. He's so great. I love him. Yeah, I mean, Elden Ring and God of War are definitely the two big standouts for like your
Th-
triple A's this year.
This is the one that made me mad. Best ongoing.
That category also made
Apex.
me mad.
Yeah, Apex, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Like, don't get me wrong. There's I am not shitting on any one of those games. Obviously, Fortnite is the most popular game in the world. Apex is up there. Destiny 2, okay, it's still Destiny. Final Fantasy 14 deserves to be. How is No Man's Sky not on this list?
How is No Man's Sky not on this list? How is Sea of Thieves not on this list? Like,
Mhm.
holy shit. I would drop Apex in a fucking flash for either of those.
I would definitely
Easily.
just drop Genshin. Like, I understand that Genshin has a lot of very loyal fans, and that's cool. Cody loves Genshin. Genshin is not a better game than Sea of Thieves. Genshin is not a better game than No Man's Sky. Genshin is not a better game than fuck. I'm just looking at my Steam library, looking at like what would I consider ongoing.
Well, Tim, it's
Like,
not
there's a
about the
ton of
better game.
games.
It's about a game with outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time.
No Man's Sky.
Definitely.
That would have won my vote, 100% up against any of these.
Yeah.
Um,
Sea of Thieves literally just had like a big like divisive community event where you choose between like saving this outpost or like condemning it, and it's already starting to have like ramifications on like the rest of the world where the outposts are becoming like more fortified and there are cannons on them now and there are like things in motion. It is the definition of an ongoing changing world.
mhm.
Yeah, that
This is
one
the
definitely
this
bugged
is the
me.
one that I was thinking recency bias, by the way. Best indie, Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, Tunic. Vampire Survivors wasn't on there, but it's one of the best debut indies. How is Vampire Survivors not on there other than the fact that it came out earlier this year?
Yeah, dude, I feel that. Yeah.
Like I understand. I'm not again not. Those are all great games. Like Cult of the Lamb looks amazing, and probably up against Vampire Survivors. Yeah, I might have voted for Cult of the Lamb. Stray is an oddity at best. Like it's a good. I'm not. It's an
It looks
interesting
cool.
game, and you get to be a cat. But like, I don't know.
Best indie. Very competitive
Best
category.
indie. Yeah,
I
very
feel
competitive
like
cat.
I feel like they could expand the number of nominees for some of these categories. Like 5 is just so few.
Yeah, that's fair.
But maybe that's just how I feel because I see the same fucking games over and over as well. Oh, well, I guess that does make sense. No,
That's
that's
another
not
one.
even.
How is Shredder's Revenge not an indie?
Hmm.
It's made by Tribute Games. They're not. That's not a AAA studio. It's published by Dotemu.
Yeah, that sounds very like not AAA.
How is
uh,
that? And by the way, that was my vote for best action game. Was
same.
Shredder's
Shredder's
Revenge.
Revenge kicked
How is
ass,
that
dude.
not a fucking indie? Like I don't understand.
That really
Am I
doesn't.
missing something? Did Konami also publish it?
That's very strange. Very strange. It must be something like that. Yeah.
It's gotta be. No, publishers do Dotemu, who I've never heard of. Yeah. So it's not Konami.
Hmm.
French video game developer published in the. No, this
Yeah, I
is a
don't know.
fucking indie. That's bullshit.
Not anymore. Not for that category. Oh, sad. There's some games on here that I'm like, man, I really do want to play this, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Like Plague Tale
Plague
staring
Tale.
me in the face.
Yeah, I really want to get into Plague Tale.
Um,
They
dude,
did fix something this year that made me happy
what?
because last year one of my biggest complaints was for the strategy games. They threw in a bunch of sports titles. Like
Oh
it was the best
God,
sim
that's
slash
right.
strategy, and I think
I
F1 was in
remember
there or
that.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
This
my
year though,
God.
it's like it's Victoria 3, Total War Warhammer 3, Two Point Campus, Mario plus Rabbids, and Dune Spice Wars. At least
Yes.
that's like a fair shot.
Yeah,
Like,
holy shit, dude. I remember that. That was so stupid. Like,
so sports and
how?
racing have their own category versus that. So at least they,
Yeah,
listened on
good
that a
good on
bit.
them for fixing that. I liked the choices for best role playing, man. Uh they were Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now that's a fucking lineup, dude.
hmm
I mean,
Yeah, that was a good one.
obviously, uh, I can't even say obviously Elden Ring because I voted for Triangle Strategy, despite the issues that I had with that game.
Oof, really?
Yeah, yeah, I think that it was the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. There are definitely no MMOs on here.
None. I just went Elden Ring.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
You
Elden
put
Ring is
it,
definitely uh such a step beyond the previous games for like customizing your characters loadouts like with Ashes of War and shit. Feels like a whole cut above.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, when are the video game awards happening?
December.
December something 8th. December 8th at the Microsoft Theater in LA. It's always fun to
Oh,
watch.
that's
It's
right.
always fun. I'm
Oh,
sure we'll get
oh,
a fun little visit from Kojima where he'll talk about his podcast again.
are we gonna do a live stream of it?
Could do. What's the 8th fall
We
on?
that
Thursday?
would be
I could do that.
I believe so. I believe that's a Thursday. I normally have Thursdays off. I don't think there's any game that would warrant a midnight release that Thursday.
They better not be.
I can't think of what would be coming out on the 9th. Dark
Nothing.
Tide comes out around then, but it's not going to be a midnight release because I'm
No.
I'm literally
I'm sure it won't.
probably the only person at my store that has Dark Tide reserved.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Midnight Suns is the second. Yeah, I don't think
No
there's
hype
anything
for
coming out
that.
on the 9th. No.
No.
There's a little. There's a little.
Well, not enough for a midnight release. Um, you know what there's some fucking hype for? Sonic Frontiers being a good fucking game. That has
Yeah.
got crazy good reviews.
The way that I've been talking to people about it at work, it's not a great game. It's a good game. But it is the best 3D Sonic game since Adventures 2. And that's not a hard or a high bar to cross, but they cleared it and then some. It's very good.
Yeah, I think that's a really fair way to put it. The game definitely has problems, but
Mhm.
it's a really good game. It's really fun to play. And they've really explored a lot of like cool new things for Sonic. Um and there's like that quote floating around about how the designer for the game said something like this is like a global test, just putting this game out and seeing what people think about it. And that was a little misconstrued, but I think that stands even from that like misconstrued viewpoint because I could totally see them just like this is their Pokemon Arceus, right? We're gonna
Oh
try
yeah,
something totally new. Just throw it out there, see what people think, and then we'll refine it for our next game, Sonic Adventure 3. Right? Right? Gotta be.
that'd be
Come on.
great. As long as it's not Forces too.
Yeah. You don't want a
Apparently,
OC self insert.
apparently, that was supposed to be Shadow, which would make it make more sense.
The like main character.
Yeah, if you take Sonic out and put Shadow in there instead of Sonic,
Hmm.
that would make the game make way more sense contextually.
Interesting.
It doesn't make it a good game if it's Shadow, not Sonic, but it would make more sense. But I guess Team Sonic was like, yeah, we don't actually think Shadow can carry a game all by himself, so we're just gonna make it Sonic. I was like,
Not
well,
after Shadow the Hedgehog.
I love Shadow.
All hail Shadow. You know what they
All
say.
hail Edge Boy Sonic. It's fine.
um, yeah, dude, I'm excited to see him in the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which you absolutely disrespected earlier.
I just haven't seen it yet, but
You should.
I
They're
need.
very good.
I should.
They're very
We
good,
did
and
see the
they
first
have
one, and the first one was awesome.
yeah. The main dude from that, the human guy, James Marsden, is that his name?
Mhm.
I
Cyclops. Yep.
I learned some things about that guy. I didn't know I didn't realize he was Cyclops until I was looking at him on IMDb, and
I
then
think he's from Minnesota.
I pictured Cyclops and his wide ass mouth, and I was like, damn, that is that guy. But yeah, I was thinking about him because
Oh no, he's from Oklahoma.
Andrea asked me to watch this movie the other night called Enchanted, which is this like old 2007 Disney movie
Yep.
where it's like the 2D fantasy world, and then like the people go through like this portal and they come into the real world.
And that's
And
James Marsden.
it
Yep.
is so fucking funny, dude. I really liked that movie. But yeah, he plays the prince from the fantasy world, and it is a joy seeing him just be a complete maniac in the real world.
Yeah, I've
Um,
seen that movie. It's interesting.
yeah. But yeah, Sonic. So it's getting all these amazing reviews, and Donkey came out with a YouTube video as he does, where he kind of shits on the game and makes jokes about it
As
because
he
that's his
does.
thing. And I guess a bunch of people started review bombing Sonic on like Metacritic and stuff, and then people started bombing in response to the review bombs with like usernames like Donkey Fan and shit. And I just gotta say, all of that is so fucking stupid, dude. I like Sonic
It's
Frontiers. I like Donkey's
ridiculous.
video. We can coexist. You don't have to get so mad about this shit.
I do think it's hilarious that like if you look at the PS5 and Xbox reviews, that's what got shit on. But if you
Mm,
look at the Switch, it's reviewing just fine, and the PC port is reviewing just fine. So it's like,
same.
yeah, it's
Console heads.
just
It's
console
people
heads.
who want war.
Also, I think Donkey is giving his fans too much credit. I'm not saying that every single one of them would be like, yeah, Donkey Lover 69. But tell me that there aren't a significant portion of Donkey fans that would absolutely do that because they thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like people are like, "Oh yeah, they'd be so dumb." It's like, no, no, there's a lot of people that would do that just because they're like, "Ha, yeah, I'm here for Donkey."
Yeah,
It's
dude.
fine.
People are nuts. People are absolutely wild. Um, I definitely recommend checking out his video on the game. It was very funny. And also check out the game because it's really fun. My favorite part so far, I think, is the fishing mini game with Big the Cat. Because there's like, it's just a simple fishing game. You like press a button to cast the rod wherever you want, and then you wait for the bite, press a button, and then you have to like get this ring that comes out within like an outer ring, and like press the button while it's within that to catch the fish. Pretty simple, but it's relaxing. There's this super chill like lo-fi music playing the whole time. I just love it.
Here's my question: are you playing it on Switch?
No, I'm playing it on the PC.
Got you. Because it is a game that I feel like, and it's not the first time I've said this, and I apologize because I shit on the Switch like every week. I don't mean to. but like it does feel like a game that was held back because of the Switch.
I absolutely agree. It
I just
definitely
wonder
did.
how much more they could have filled that open world if they weren't really if that wasn't the bar that they had to meet, like, make it run on this.
Yeah, I get that vibe. I also something that I didn't know until like today when I was looking into Sonic stuff was they only had 60 people working on this game.
Yeah, Team Sonic's not big.
Yeah. Pretty small team. So that's something to consider when people are looking at this. But yeah, I absolutely agree that it feels like it was held back, maybe because of the Switch, probably because of the Switch. Why else would it be like so bogged down? And one of the things that really bugged me is some of the cutscenes, like the pre-rendered cutscenes in the game. They they look like they're like JPEGs. They're just like so grainy and like bad looking, and I'm like, why? Some of the cutscenes look fine, but then like a lot of the pre-rendered ones just look like garbage for no reason. Drives me
It's really
nuts.
bizarre.
Yeah. Something else I want to say about that. Yeah, I can't remember. It's been fun. I've been enjoying it. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on in the old video game industry. Somewhat related. I don't think we've talked about the saddest news we've heard in some time. Uh, Henry Cavill is leaving The Witcher.
For Liam fucking Hemsworth to replace him.
The Witcher's getting a lot less hot.
Listen, I like Liam Hemsworth. I do. I think he's a good actor. He's
What's
not
he
Henry
in?
Cavill. He was in.
Would I know him from anything?
Let me pull up his IMDb, see if there's anything that you would know him from.
Yeah, obviously the Hemsworth family is known for their acting chops. Is
Well,
he? Oh
more the
yeah.
pecs, I think, is what they're.
uh, I love the bit in like the Thor movies where there's the Hemsworth brother who's like a doctor or something. He's not an actor, and he plays the character playing Thor in like the recreation of the things, like the stupid play with like who's it Matt Damon and
Matt Damon's
Sam
Loki.
Neill. Yeah. That's so funny. That's my favorite little like in joke from those movies.
Let's see. Is there anything? Did you see the the new Independence Day movie?
I did not.
Okay. Shit. Liam hasn't been in much actually. Now that I'm looking at it,
This could be his big
Hunger
break.
Games.
Who is he in Hunger Games?
Gale.
Gale. Who's Gale?
Uh, love interest.
Oh, okay.
That's not
Sure.
PETA.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The wrong love interest.
Yeah. The wrong love interest. Trying to think. I'm looking at it now and like I guess I thought he was in a lot more than I because like
Hmm.
uh
This is it. This is his chance to break out.
I guess he could be really good. I have an open mind, but here's the thing. He's not Henry Cavill.
Yeah, man. Henry Cavill just was. It just all felt so right and so good.
He's king of the fucking nerds.
Yeah, man. He's got so much fucking nerd cred. Holy shit, dude.
He left. This is the rumor. He left because the showrunners uh weren't following the like the short stories and the books as closely as he wanted.
Right.
And he was like, I don't want to. So that's the rumor is that that's why he's leaving.
Yeah, what a totally respectable reason to step away from the project. Love to see it. Love to see that integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean the second
Also, he's going
season
to be in another Superman movie, so there's that.
is he?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
I'm finally gonna have to watch Man of Steel. Fuck.
Oh, you haven't seen
I
Man of
still haven't,
Steel?
dude. It's funny
Watch
too,
Man of
cause like
Steel.
I'm a fan of what's his face, Zack Snyder or whatever. So
Have you seen the Snyder cut yet?
mm-mm.
take a weekend and watch it in spurts because it's ridiculously long. I'm still mad at Snyder for Batman v Superman though.
Yeah.
Not because of the actual movie, but because of the trailer. I don't know if I've griped about this on OLED before.
I don't know.
Um, so it is why I don't watch trailers anymore, by the way. I skip trailers. Like, I don't watch
Good for
trailers for
you.
comedies because comedies are, all when you show all of the funny parts in the trailer, and then I go and watch a comedy, and I'm not laughing because 'cause I've already seen then it's not funny anymore, I'm done. But my issue was Batman versus Superman. Snyder showed Doomsday in the trailer, which meant I immediately knew what was going to happen at the end of the movie. I was like, "Oh, fuck. This is
Oh no.
Doomsday only exists. The only reason that character exists is for the death of Superman storyline.
Oh, okay.
There's no other reason. So when you show him in the trailer, I know what you're going to do, particularly when you're still forming the Justice League.
Well,
Zach, what are you doing?
that movie wasn't for you, Tim. That wasn't for Superman fans.
I didn't hate the movie. I just hated that part. The rest of it was fine. Then it was like, oh, fucking Doomsday. So I knew it was coming the whole goddamn time. And I
Mm.
was sitting there going like, maybe he won't do it. Maybe they'll just set something up. No.
Disappointed. Yeah, that sounds like a good way to live, dude. Not watching trailers for shit and just like going and checking it out fresh.
Yeah, I'll watch like a promo here and there, but I avoid trailers now because like I want to see the movie. If I'm interested in a movie concept, I want to see the movie. I don't want to have seen significant parts of the movie before I go see it.
Dude, you know what that reminds me of is like people who go to like they want to buy a new thing, right? And instead of just like picking something like, "Oh, this looks good," and buying it, they instead spend like weeks agonizing over every minute detail of like the different versions they could get, and then
It's
they get
I
it.
I I am that guy, which is why I don't watch trailers now, because I will do that.
Oh man, yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm
funny.
probably gonna get is he up? No. I'm probably gonna get Logan a Switch Lite for Christmas,
Oh, nice.
and so I just asked him, I was like, "Logan, blue, yellow, or gray?"
Mm.
He goes, "For what?" I was like, "No, blue, yellow, or gray. You just have to pick one." He picked yellow, and I'm like, "Is he actually gonna like the yellow Switch Lite? Should I
Hmm.
actually get him the I feel like you should get him the blue one,
Yeah,
except the blue one isn't blue to me. It's purple. It's indigo.
they have
It looks like my GBA."
such weird color options.
Yeah. Only one that I know he wouldn't like is coral pink
Hmm.
or turquoise. I don't think he'd like turquoise.
They should just have the same colors they have for like all the Joy Cons.
I would love that. I would actually like if they had so I convince people to buy these at work all the time because there's the green Joy-Cons from like I call it the watermelon set. There's the green and pink one,
Oh yeah.
but then there's the orange and purple set too.
Mm-hmm. We
I
have those.
convince I convince people to buy the purple and the green ones together when I have them pre-owned. Because I'm like, if you do it this way, you have a Joker Switch,
Oh,
and it works.
nice.
It
There you
works.
go.
People do that all the time.
The
So like,
suggestive sell.
I sell extra Joy Cons to particularly people that are like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the orange and purple. It's kind of Halloweeny, you know.
By the way, Scarlet and Violet Joy Cons are neither Scarlet or Violet. So the Scarlet and
I
Violet
didn't even
OLED,
see
if you
there's
look
a
it up,
oh, they have a whole console
it's a
release.
whole console. Yeah, and it
Oh
looks really
shit.
cool. Like the dock is like white with like, it's got anyway, the Joy-Cons are purple and like dark orange, like magma orange. I'm like, that's not Scarlet.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm looking at it
Yeah.
right now.
See what I'm talking about? Like
Okay,
it's
so you
like
got the
burnt
cool looking
orange.
dock, and then yeah, I wouldn't really say Scarlet.
And it's not violet either.
They're both
It's
too
not light
light.
enough. Yeah. Like I look at that, I go, that's not quite right. Like it looks cool. It's just if you're doing it for the game called Scarlet and Violet, I would expect that to be like a deep, almost blood red and like a lighter purple.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Absolutely. The best thing about these editions though is all the cool shit on the back of the Switch that you never get to see. They have all
Yeah.
these cool like decals, like all the different Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it's super. It looks sweet. Like we had one come in as a trade the other day. So it's gone already. But
Oh,
like
bet.
but yeah, it looked really, really cool. And it was the first time I had gotten to see it like outside of the box. I was like, oh, this is actually like gorgeous. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I kind of want it, but I'm not gonna buy it because I don't need another Switch in my life.
Right, dude.
I need one for my kid so that my wife can play Animal Crossing in peace without getting the Switch stolen so that he can catch bugs in Animal Crossing. But that's what he does, by the way. He just runs around catching uh, moths and butterflies and fish.
Dude, yeah, all of the like catching the wildlife is the funnest part. You fill out your museum. Hell yeah. That's where it's at. All right, Tim, I think we're nearing the end here. You got any closing thoughts you want to part with today?
Um, hmm,
You're on the spot now.
not really. I
I've
don't.
got a closing
I
thought.
go for it.
Uh the next season of Sea of Thieves looks like it's going to be fucking awesome. People have been complaining about there not being like dedicated PvP shit to do ever since they shut down the arena, but season 8, which comes out on like the 22nd of this month, is going to be all about PvP. And from the looks of it, it looks like you're going to basically like opt into like whatever faction. There's like two factions and they're like duking it out. You go and you say, I want to go fucking fight. And you sail out to open water. And I think it's like your ship like sinks down into the water. And then you like emerge in like an instance zone where you're like fighting other people who want to PvP.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that it's merged with the adventure instead of being like a whole separate mode that you're playing.
Yeah.
I think that sounds really neat. I'm excited to see how that goes.
I so here's a closing thought. I wish more games did stuff like that. Not necessarily exactly like that, but like for example, Dark Souls 2. The reason I have a controversial take on Dark Souls because 2 was my favorite of the 3. I love Dark Souls 1. I love Dark Souls 3. Do not get me wrong, but 2 was my favorite not for the game design or the boss design or the level design, for the PvP arenas. It had the best PvP arenas because, like, in you could kind of have arenas in DS1, particularly like if you, you could opt into the fucking factions or whatever, and then there are some areas that you would just get invaded if you were in. So yeah, you could kind of opt into it, but it was mostly kind of random. Two, you legitimately had arenas where you go and queue up for PvP, right? That was fucking sick.
I,
Three, that wasn't as much a thing.
I remember playing those and feeling like it almost felt like some old N64 like GoldenEye or some shit the way the levels were designed. It was really neat.
Yeah. It was so cool. I loved that, like, you would spawn in and you'd be on there's this one arena, I think it was near, like, the Bone Chariots, where, you would spawn in on one side, they'd spawn in on another, and it was almost like a maze in between
Yes, I know exactly
with,
the
like,
one.
columns and shit.
Yeah.
I loved that, and, like, it felt like being, like, a gladiator. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
was so cool. Um, so I love games that give you the choice to do PvP or not. Like they do that in Elden Ring. Like obviously you have to use an item to open yourself up to get invaded or invite a bunch of people. Like that's cool. But that is one of my favorite types of things. So I love that Sea of Thieves is having you opt into it and they have the whole lore reason why it would be a thing. Like that's cool. I love that so much.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It makes me excited to see what future things we'll get for Elden Ring. Because, I mean, they still have those big Colosseums, which we've
Give
learned
me
from data miners that they had plans for like things within the Colosseum. But maybe that'll be a PvP oriented update at some point.
Let me be a gladiator, Miyazaki. Please give it to me. I'd be so happy. I'd be
Yeah,
so happy if I
Tim
got to
needs it.
actually like fight in those arenas. Yeah, because that's what I still do. Like when I boot up Elden Ring lately, it is almost always just to do PvP.
Oh yeah.
It's to invade some bitches and get it on. And like my favorite, I still get there's this one ton. I think I told you the story on the stream where like I invaded this dude, killed both of his buddies, and then I disguised myself. He just let me in there and let me murder people for like 15
Yeah.
minutes before I got bored. He just didn't try and fight me at
What
all.
an
It was
agent of
amazing.
chaos.
But like I still do stuff like that all the time where I'm just invading people and just like having duels and shit, trying to 3v1 people, playing around with like my rings so that I look like a friendly summon just to
Yeah.
confuse people. Like it's so good. I love Elden Ring. There's
There's
so many reasons I love Elden Ring.
there's nothing quite like the PvP in Souls game. It's really something just unique about it.
I would play the hell out of a game that was nothing but Souls PvP. Literally, if there was an online multiplayer game that was just Dark Souls PvP, I would probably never leave. I would never leave my house. I would just retire and play video games.
There you go,
I don't know how that would
FromSoft.
work.
Get on it.
Yeah.
Make Tim
Take
this
my money.
game.
Yeah. It'd be so good.
All
That's my
right.
closing thought. There you
Beautiful.
go. A
I love
rant
that.
about Dark Souls PvP.
I've got to get back and play Elden Ring again. Do my second playthrough or whatever.
There you go.
By the
There you go.
seamless co-op maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Um
yeah, they put in seamless co-op now, so
there's a
it's
mod,
not like
yeah.
yeah, that's oh, I thought it was an update.
No. No, no,
There's a
no.
mod for it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's a mod for it where you get
Does it
summoned
break
in.
anything else?
Um I think that PvP is disabled when you're doing it, but I think that's the
Oh,
only major thing. No invasions.
okay. Well, I probably won't be installing it then.
Yeah, I installed it and I made a character in there to play, but it's like I want to like get some friends together to do like a whole playthrough like as a
That'd
group.
be cool.
Because I feel like that's really the cool thing about seamless co-op is you beat a boss and you don't get fucking disconnected. Everybody have to just do it in someone else's world. You just do it once together. You all get credit for it. You go on to the next one. But I digress. Um, that's all we've got for today. Next week, we will have Pokemon in our hands. We'll have thoughts, we'll have impressions, tears will be shed, I'm sure, as we learn how ugly the evolutions of our starter Pokemon become. Uh,
Which one are you going with?
Quaxley. Going with the
Really?
for the first time in my life, I'm not choosing the fire starter.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Why?
The hair.
That's why I'm not choosing
Oh,
him.
I love that. It
I'm definitely
reminds me
going with
of
the crocodile.
Josuke.
I'm 100% going with the crocodile
Yeah,
because it's
dude.
fire. It's fun. I almost went with the cat. I almost
Yeah.
I almost decided to go with the cat, but
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
go with the
that's
crocodile.
perfect because you're going with the crocodile, I'm going with the duck, and Cody's going with the cat. So we'll have the trifecta.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
That would work.
Beautiful. All right. That's it for us. We've been Olip. You've been a wonderful audience. Join us again next week. Same-ish time, same-ish place. Bye, everybody.